Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. If you just joined us, we are today joined by Pastor Shaaban Abdallah.
Yes.
Brima. Yes. And he just is telling his story. So you were telling me about how your dad needed to go for more powers.
Yes.
In Tanzania.
Yeah.
And so he sold off a shop. What did he do?
You see, when you want to fall down a business like that one, you sell without replacing the stock.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was very intentional.
Yeah, it was very intentional. In fact, we wondered, why is this shop not being stocked? My mama's shop was full. It was a small wholesale. It was full, but his is not stocking it.
Yeah.
So it was intentional. Okay, we are children. I guess my mama knew, but we didn't know it.
Okay.
So they went ahead and disposed of that shop. They give it out. The rest of the things was brought back to join this other shop. So he disappeared. He went to Tanzania for some time, close to a year. We didn't see our father.
You didn't know where he was?
The children didn't know, but I knew he was in Tanzania.
You?
Yeah.
The favorite one?
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew he was in Tanzania. He had told me.
Okay.
Because I was supposed to join him, but you see, it's a long time, and I was in school, so I could not go. But I knew he had gone, and I guess my mama knew it. But it was supposed to be a secret. I was the only person who knew it. The rest of them were told, Pabeno ameenda tu safari ya kibiashara, he will come back.
Okay.
Yeah, so he stayed for close to a year. When he came back with this major investment, according to him. You see a Smirnoff bottle, the way it is, with the bottleneck of a Smirnoff. Inside that Smirnoff bottle, there are 12 tied like these sticks with knots, like the way unafunga kuni. Imefungwa hivyo hizo vijiti 12 ndani ya hiyo chupa ya Smirnoff. Unashindwa zimepitia wapi? And there were 2 of them. Those were supposed to be...
Like the bottles were 2?
Yes, there are 2 bottles.
Each with 12 sticks.
Sticks inside.
Together.
Yes. And other 2 with clear water inside. So that table in the village, I didn't have a photo of those, but they are still in his office. He has an office, he has a clinic. So ziko hapo. Okay. So hizo ndio powers zenye alikuja nazo kwetu. But since the time he came back, my mama's shop started going down and down and down.
Oh.
Now my dad was not a business-minded man anymore. He was a doctor, full doctor. He went ahead and opened a clinic.
Like a herbal clinic?
A herbal clinic.
Okay.
With wards. Mahali pa kulaza wagonjwa.
Oh.
Yes. There were wards, male and female.
Okay.
The clinic runs today. As we sit here on Testify, the clinic runs today. It's there, but different from what it used to be.
Okay.
So he started now full-time doctor job. And I'm now in high school. And I enjoyed even the power even more. Because a room like this, tightly closed, nothing you will see inside it. It's darkness. I don't have the powers to think of what to tell my patients. You don't need to struggle to go through the process of kupiga bao, to cast dice to know. Now it was simplified. The technology was upped.
So what did that mean?
You come into a room like this, and you just call those things to come. The genies. My papa brought genies home.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I know what it means when I say that. It's serious. He brought the genies home. You used to come to a room like this and you call them in some language there. Of course, I can chant it, but it's scary. You don't want to do that. Yeah, I can chant the slogan. You chant the song. You chant the words. You say in a language that you understand each other. And for a moment, you keep quiet and you listen. Those things will tell you when they are around. It's a spiritual affair. When you talk about spiritual warfare, Christians must be aware that it's real.
It's real.
Those things are real.
Yeah.
So when they come closer, when they are closer, you know, they are this candlelit room. When they are closer to that, to the now the office, the doctor will feel the feeling, and he will put off the candles because they're supposed to come. You can't see them.
Oh.
Sharon, you see them and you will just, your heart will stop.
So now who's not supposed to see them? The doctor? Even
Him.
the doctor?
No, him.
Oh,
Him. He knows how they look like.
Okay.
I also know how they looked like.
Okay.
Because later I was baptized into the same. So you come in, they come in, they inspect the area, and they start telling the people their problems. Say, Sharon, you come from this place, your problem is this is what you're going through, this is what you're going through.
So these things are speaking? Or
they speak.
You can actually hear them? Or
You hear, everybody, even the ones who are passing by the roadside, they can hear.
Can hear?
Yes, if the road is behind here, you will hear what they are saying. Because it's a loud voice. It's just like what I'm talking now. Sema, Sharon, tatizo lako ni hivi na hivi na hivi, unahitaji kufanywa hivi, kuna hii dawa imewekwa, kuna uchawi uliwekwa sehemu fulani hivi na hivi. Then they instruct their son. They used to call Papa my son, Manangu. Then he say, yes, ndio baba. It's crazy. And they tell him, afanye hivi, afanye hivi, afanye hivi. Ng'ombe 2, shilingi 8,000 na dawa fulani fulani. Leo aoshwe na nyingine, kesho asubuhi aoshwe na nyingine abebe aende afanye. Alafu shilingi 7,000 za kuondoa huo uchawi. Wewe yako imeisha. Because watu ni wengi. You don't go in with one person. So watu wamepanga laini, wamekaa in some mat kwa kona wote. So wewe ukimaliziwa unanyamaza. Swali lolote? Sema kuna swali. Anything you don't hear, if you didn't hear, you say sijasikia, then they don't repeat.
Okay.
But the son is supposed to know. So mwanangu mweleze. Then Papa would say, amesema hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Umeelewa? Nimeelewa. Okay, ameelewa. And they continue, they say. After that, we go out. I was supposed to be doing the recording. No, my papa told me, unaona masomo yako vile ilikuwa na muhimu.
You're supposed to note down
yes.
the names of the people or
then
what?
every name, na instructions, prescriptions from the laboratory. From the lab. So I write down. Yeah, huyu amesema ng'ombe 2 shilingi 7,000 na nini, na unaulizwa amesema shilingi 7,000, uli understand? Naandika. Wewe tumemalizana, uko na shilingi ngapi? Weka up. Money could come into our house like this. My papa could make in the year 1992 is when he went away. He came back in 1994, 5, 6 there. Between that time to 1998, my papa could make 30,000 Kenya shillings if zimesimama. Ng'ombe iko nje, mbuzi iko nje. It was a lot. He has a lot of money. He saw a lot of money. I went to school without pressure. I could sit in the office and do my pocket money of 5,000. Those days.
That's a
yes,
lot
I used
of money.
to go to school, Matongo High School. Me, I went to Matongo High School, in some school in Nyamira. And I used to have money in my pockets. I used to feed every boy around. Yeah, so we grew up in that, and I loved the art because my papa exposed money into my hands. So we lived that life, and it was beautiful. We continued like that after high school. Now
You mentioned poverty at some point. Where
yes,
did this come
yes.
in? When he was away?
When he was away, everything that we had got finished. My mama closed the shop, and we got really stressed, and so fast. Let alone this man, I'm telling you, 30,000 that he got every day, or 20 or 15,000. There was still poverty that you could feel. You have money, that there's nothing that man is doing. You understand?
Why?
He had money. I remember one time, he used to build, there's a house that we built there in that village where we used to live, where my mama had a shop in Ramasha. Before that house stood up to be a house, it has a shop. It's shop and then rental houses. You know the way inajengwa nyumba ya kijijini, duka alafu rental houses laini in some plot. Ilianguka mara 5. Before it get to the lintel, inaanguka usiku, asubuhi unapata nyumba imeanguka. Then he builds. It was pure stress and trouble. We didn't know what's happening. He started accusing his neighbors that they were pushing the house in the night. And of course we supported him because we felt like what's happening. So tukakuwa maadui na marafiki na watu ya kijiji because like you are pushing our house. But that was not true. Nobody could push the house. The house was being pushed. I get to learn later the house was being pushed down by the owner of the money, the genies.
Oh.
You understand how misery came in.
So why are they working against him now?
But life is funny. The devil has no free gift.
Yeah.
So my mama started being sickly and sickly and sickly. My father is not in the same village that with us. He lived in some town away.
That's where the clinic.
That's where the clinic, the hospital is.
Yeah.
And I stayed with him. Yeah, so it was a bit of some negligence. And later, we could not have money. But he has money. You know, when that money comes in, there are three things that happen.
Yeah.
There is the ego and pride. There is women, of course, that come in. Women creep in.
Yeah.
If you have money and you have no discipline, nah, you can have no discipline totally when Christ Jesus is not in your life, especially with that life of you can marry up to 4, but not exceed 4. You remember he's a Muslim.
Well, they can marry up to 4, but
yes,
not more than 4.
In Islam you can marry up to 4. But if you want to add a 5th one, what happens?
What happens?
Now Islamic law, what I did,
says what?
Says that you divorce one. You find some excuse to divorce one so that they remain constantly 4.
Okay.
So that's how our money disappeared. Yeah, this woman is being paid for dowry that way. This one is you are paying school fees for 5 children that does not belong to you. Because there is one of my stepmothers. I'm saying this in low tones. There's one of my stepmothers who our brothers, not one belongs to us. Kuja na watano na wote ni wa baba yao. And you know she passed on, so they are my brothers. So can you imagine paying school fees for all those people who don't belong to you? Yeah, we are many. Yeah. I told you in my house we are 6, and my father, you know, had many children. So Sharon, we grew up in that manner, and my father now remained with the clinic and nothing else. So that money you can do. I said poverty because the money that comes out of that place you can't use, you don't see it. Yeah. Nobody sees the money. Man, you cannot buy shoes, but Papa has money. But I didn't see that time. I thought my mother was becoming unreasonable by arguing and complaining a lot. Because me I was close to Papa, nikitaka nyama nakula. You know, mimi ni yeye tu ndio tulikuwa tunaona raha. Lakini the entire family, we were blinded, so blinded that we could not see anything. So later, in 1998, I got my own clinic. Yes, in 1998. Now this is
after you've done your Form 4?
Yes, I've done my Form 4. I am out for 2 years. In 1996, I did my Form 4 in 1996. Yeah, so I was out. And you know, I repeated so many times. I was supposed to do my Form 4 in 1994. But me and my brother, Abubakar, my brother, was very close to me. So my father said, wewe huwezi kwenda high school na ndugu yako, wewe uende Form 1 na yuko Form 2. Wewe utarudishwa ni mdogo. So I was reversed 2 years. Oh. So I was reversed 2 years. So nikasoma too. After high school now, I opened my own clinic because there's nothing I could do. I can't find any job.
You said the mind of pursuing college or nothing?
Nothing.
Nowhere in your...
Nothing in my career. Yes, I only saw money.
Okay.
So I went out and opened my own clinic in some place called Magena in Kisii. That today it is South Kisii or something like that. Magina, on your way to Kilgoris, I did a clinic there. Now that's where I met this one friend of mine called Abubakar Chikota, a very good friend to me, and we became very close. We started working together now on my own as a doctor, and I did a lot of things in my own way. Yeah, with my small genius, and we did a lot of things.
So these things transferred to you by your dad? How did you acquire them?
My initiation into this thing was done right from the beginning. my grandfather pointed me out that after him, after my father, I will be the next person. So I was initiated long ago. There are so many things that happened in between. Kuna kule kuchanjwa, umesikia sijui mifupa inauma, homa, sijui unasikia tumbo vibaya. You see, when you are initiated into these things, sometimes you don't know. The devil is very cunning. So what he did, you get some feverish, and you will be, you know the small cuts that you normally do in the village? Those cuts are very serious. They are covenants. So they cut you in some place,
and insert something,
and some black thing is inserted into you. But words that are spoken, you know, you don't need to speak loud words. You only need to speak them. So the things they spoke, I don't know. But the writing that was done, I saw. They wrote something on my skin, into my system. And later I started, now my mind started thinking about this thing a lot than any other thing that you can ever think.
What did they write?
Documents. There is what I call the power of a written document. Tattoos are writings. Many people don't know that. As a pastor now I know. Tattoos are writings. So when you make a tattoo on your skin, either with a figure or no figure, but some line, it's a writing. So the handwriting, you remember in Nebuchadnezzar's time, in Belshazzar's time, there was a hand that wrote on the wall, but nobody could interpret the writing. When a witch doctor cuts your children's skin or your skin like this, and they do some thing on it, that thing is called a writing. That tattoo is a writing. You may not know the interpretation, but they know the interpretation. Okay. The writer of the writing knows the interpretation, but you may not be able to know. That's why we tell people, stop taking your children to the village to do those cuts, and your grandmother will put some ash on them. Those are writings that you may not be able to delete any sooner. So they did those things, and it was written right inside me that you will become what we are doing today. Wow. Which I came to know later because I could write and say it myself as a doctor now.
Oh.
Yes, I will come to your house. Yeah. And when, you know, tulikuwa tunaitwa, niseme kwa Kiswahili, tulikuwa tunaitwa kwa boma, kuitwa kitu inaitwa kuzindika boma, kulinda boma. So tunafanywa kuchinja kondoo ama mbuzi kulingana na instructions zao. Wazee ni wangwana au majini. Alafu inawekwa kichwa kinawekwa kwa gate lango. You know those things that happen. I don't want to explain them. I don't like explaining them because it looks like glorifying the enemy. So when you do that, there are words you speak. And one of the words that you must speak is that you must always be my customers. Oh. You must not leave my door. Oh. You will always come back to me for an answer. When they come say those things, you will always be a slave to them. You will go back to the witch doctor's house. You wonder, nilikuwa sitaki kwenda, pastor amehubiri nisiende, but you still find yourself going back. There. It is the words they spoke and the writings they wrote on your body as they did those kuchanjwa, we say in Swahili. So I became a doctor myself. I practiced for 2 years. I moved from that town to Keroka now. When I came to Keroka, I had a double responsibility. Now that's my turning point. We are getting to my turning point. I came to Keroka in 1998. We put a clinic there and I started doing my thing. But among all the things that we did, Islam propagation was always in the back of my mind. I always did Muslim propagation. So we started, that town did not have a Muslim, that town did not have a mosque. It did not have, the law of slaughter was in the constitution. It is still in the constitution. You know, every animal you eat is slaughtered by a Muslim, you know that?
I hear so.
You hear so, now I'm telling you. There is no animal that you have ever eaten that has not been slaughtered by a Muslim. If it is in a major town like Nairobi, every city In fact, nowadays, even every village, there is a mosque and there is a Muslim who must slaughter. So that time, there was nobody to slaughter. So we came in and we said, what is this?
Okay, hold it right there, Pastor Shaaban.